And we are live for another episode of the Kingdom. What, Reggie?
What happened to the comments there? It said 88 Sats Radio and the Kingdom. Double commenting.
Doubling up.
Chat's going wild.
Yeah, you got bots?
Is 88 Sats Radio a bot?
Welcome to the show, ladies and gents. We're glad to have you here tonight. As always, we'd like to welcome our viewers across the beautiful country of Canada, Manitoba, Sask, Alberta, bless you, Reggie, BC, Newfoundland, and anybody else tuning in from around the world tonight. We got a good show. We got some golf chat. We got some updates. We got a nice segment tonight for Reggie Stroke Saver. And if he makes it, I'll see you in 30 seconds.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Kingdom. We're off to a roaring start here. Our boy Reg is incapacitated right now. He is sneezing, coughing, blowing his gasket. I don't know what's going on. During the break, our mics are supposed to be muted, but all I could hear is him dying on the other end. So we hope he pulls through. We'll catch up with him whenever he catches a breath and makes it back to the living. So we'll tee it up this time, switching it up. We'll head out to Rossman. Jor, what's happening, buddy?
Top of the evening to you, ladies and gents. Welcome to the show. Reggie unmuted his mic there in the intro. That was a first. That was a Kingdom first. 149 EPIs and took. So, anyways, he's not doing well right now.
What's going on?
At least he's on mute. The podcast version won't hear that. So anyways, things are good here. Things are really good. Although it's too cold, it's too dark, it's too much snow. It's only November the 8th today. Like, this is too much. Too fat, too soon. And I'm a little bit, I'm falling for the seasonal depression a little bit here. So anyways, had my first beer since last Wednesday night, first sip of beer. And it tastes pretty good. Maybe that's the secret to enjoying the beers a little more, is drink less of them.
Amen.
So other than that, had the first game. Rossburn Hornets, I guess, since we were here last in Wayway. They shit stomped us. We only had 6 guys. They gave us 4 or 5 guys. Did you guys know Wayway has a junior B team now?
No.
Reggie probably did.
Just saw that.
They play do they play in Sask then?
No.
The guy said the closest team to them is the Paw.
It's a Northern League or whatever,
Yeah.
Eastern and Northern.
So that's a tough sledding for the boys.
Yikes.
Yeah. So they were out. We had a couple of their guys on our team, a couple of guys on their team. It was good. Good first skate of the year. Much rather be golfing, obviously, but whatever. It's nice to see the boys again. So other than that, not much. Let's pass her to Reggie. You good?
Yeah, I'm okay. I've been pretty sick. Not pretty sick. I've just had a cough. Nothing. No side effects really. Just a really annoying cough that's getting to be more painful each day. I don't know. It seems like I got something new every week. It's all good though. Flu season. I'm doing good though. I got a pin setter beer. This is actually our team name for our bowling league is the Obsolete Pin Setters, and this is the beer. It's an oatmeal stout. It's unbelievable.
So did you?
So I might be getting in one.
Was that named before your team or after your team?
Before.
Yeah, figured that. Pretty cool though.
Yeah. Again, I said in the past, it's jobs that are no longer a thing, right? for this Job Slate series. So that's one of them, Job Slate Stout series. So it's kind of cool. I got this other one coming up later on. Obsolete Dial Up Alt Beer. #1 in Canada. Not a big deal.
Really?
Gold medal.
What's the flavor on that one?
Really good. It's hard to explain. It's just like it's not a light
Just
beer,
goodness.
but it's not a heavy beer. It's just like a really fresh beer.
Damn.
Just tastes like delicious.
Tastes like delicious. I don't know if I ever had it before it won the gold, and now Catlin said he only drinks beers that win medals, so he's only been drinking the ones that won. But yeah. Well, things are good up here. Skating every day. It's a really good thing to get through this. Like you said, the seasonal depression. It seems like
That's
barely hang
early,
on
boys.
till about-
We gotta
I know.
trek up still.
You barely hang on though till like 11:30, and I always say I'm not going to go to hockey in the morning, and then noon hour rolls around, and I'm like, I'll go for a skate, and then the afternoon just peppy, and it kind of carries on the rest of the day. It's nice to have. Other than that, though, not a whole lot of anything going on here. I don't have another cough attack here right away, so I better stop talking for a bit.
Drums. Not much snow in Brandon?
No, everything's pretty well. I shouldn't say everything, but for the most part, it's pretty well grassy-ish. There's like a skiff, but no, it kind of all went away. We had decent weather the past 2 days, kind of around that 0+1 type thing. So it did get rid of most of that white shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not much at all going on over here. I'm watching a lot of hockey these days. I don't know about you, Reg, if you're staying up on things, but hockey's pretty exciting these days. There's a lot of young, good talent that just makes every night, every game, there's something to entertain you. So Liz has been a little under the weather with the pregnancy, so she goes to bed early, and I sit up and watch hockey till 1 o'clock in the morning every night recently.
There's been some good hockey, man. Like,
yeah, unreal.
I haven't watched a whole lot, but the games that I've watched, even the Jets are really fun to watch right now. They got the new guys from LA, and Shifley's finally playing good. Yeah,
and Vancouver.
Oh my god,
they're fun as hell to watch.
Absolutely going off right now.
And then Pedersen's playing unreal.
Disgusting.
Then New Jersey's unreal to watch too. Jack Hughes is out right now, but they've been phenomenal. Boston again,
and the boys.
Boston can't lose.
I watched Rippey last night. Tough loss against Minnie, but I actually forgot I wanted to talk about that. Marc-Andre Fleury is probably he's my top. He might be my favorite player in the NHL.
He's definitely like my top 5 of all time favorite players.
He's so cool, man.
Who? The goalie?
Fleury. Yeah.
He's still playing?
All the shit that he does is like...
Yeah, and he's amazing.
Oh, yeah, he's unreal. Like, he's always been unreal.
Except that time when he shut off his own player in the juniors.
Yeah, when he's wearing his yellow pads.
That wasn't that unreal. I was in your basement, Drums. I still remember that.
No, I was at Rob's.
Rob? Really?
Yeah.
I'm not convinced. Anyways.
I put money on it.
I wasn't there, so I can't confirm or deny.
Okay. Well, we should give a shout out to Drake in the chat. Ches is in the chat. I ran into Ches, believe it or not, on the weekend.
That's so random, but I want to hear this.
It was very random. It could not have been more random, to be honest with you. But anyways, Bridge was doing, she's helping a client design a house, just kind of like the sketching of it. I don't know what the technical shit, like she's doing the drawings and stuff, the blueprint. And so we went to Yorkton on Saturday to meet the clients from Foam Lake, and sitting in Boston Pizza, drinking beer, eating pizza, and get a tap on the shoulder in Yorkton. And it was Ches. So Ches was there. Ches was there with his wife doing some Christmas shopping. And
early birds.
Yeah, no doubt. I wish I had that kind of proactiveness.
I've actually started.
You have?
It's crazy. Well, kind of.
Well, you know what? It's so much better than waiting. Like I've waited my entire life for like the December 20th, and it's just so stressful. It just takes so much away from Christmas when you're worrying about that shit.
And every year, it's like, okay,
every year,
dumbass, let's not do this again next year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I've mapped everybody out for myself. I know where I'm going, what I'm getting, what I need to order. Pretty easy.
And it helps because you have the whole internet now too, right? When you wait last minute, you pretty much are pretty restricted to your, which isn't the worst, to shop local and stuff. But I mean, if somebody, there's better options out there for sure. But yeah, Ches was lurking around Yorkton and chatted with him for about half an hour. So funny part is that I went there, Bridge met with the clients, and after eating, she was kind of going through all the plans, and I was just sitting there doing nothing for during that time, just drinking a beer. And then I went to talk to Ches for a while, and actually Ches and I and his wife, Steph, I believe. Yeah, Steph, were chatting past the time they took to. So at the end of it, I had a full beer at the table, and everybody was waiting on me to finish after Steph finally dragged Ches out of there. So it's good to see Ches. I said, like, I've probably talked to Ches maybe 2 or 3 times in real life. So it was really good to catch up with him for a nice chat. He's got some exciting news for next summer. I won't spoil it, but I'll let him give me the approval for that first. But anyways, let's get to the show here. Oh, and I did see Ches is looking to give away a cat. So I'm not sure if that's found a home yet, but he's on Facebook. He was giving away a cat. So if anybody out there needs one, Ches has a cat. So let's get to the cheers tonight. This is a good one. The cheers is the segment at the start of every show where we give our appreciation, a nod, a cheers to somebody who has done something good, whether in the community, just outside, or globally. So this one is our biggest inspiration, I would say, in the golf world, speaking for myself and probably you too as well. But we saw Tiger Woods back in action, 4 rounds, carrying the bag for a young Charles. And the golf world was going a little bit crazy over how good he was walking. So good news. I think it's lots of speculation still, but it definitely seems like he's going in the right direction at least. So tonight, the cheers is for a recovery of Tiger, a potential return, and good to see Charlie playing well too. He's a mirror image of his dad.
A little shorter.
He did announce too that he's playing for the Jupiter. What's their team name? Yeah.
I don't know, who knows. Okay, let's get into this.
Yeah.
Let's get into this right off the hop. Why do they have cities for teams when they're not in those cities and never will be?
Yeah, I don't know. Wondered that too.
Like the Boston, whatever they're called, the Boston Bostonians. Who cares?
The Commoners.
Where they're from.
Boston Common.
But none of them are associated with Boston. I think Keegan's from Massachusetts, but that's like the closest thing. And there's, I guess, a big Irish population in Boston, and Rory's Irish. That's kind of the closest link, really. But I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. When you could open up like the world, or you're stuck to Boston. You know what I mean?
I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me. And like they have city names. They're never going to play a game in Boston. They're never going to be in Boston together as a team. Ever. It's not like their home base is out of Boston.
No, they'll never go there.
And the thing is, there's lots to talk about in this. I don't think we really need to. I think the golf Twitter's kind of taking care of it enough. But it just seems like with the whole LIV thing that happened, like if LIV would have done this kind of thing where they had cities for their names, people would have went nuts. Like people just lost their minds over the team names for LIV just because they hated it so much. But like this thing is it doesn't make any sense to me. Like what's going on and how they're trying to like explain it. And I don't know. Even Tiger, like I never say anything bad about Tiger ever, but even him today, he's like, when I was looking into LIV or when I first heard about LIV, I didn't really understand what was going on there. And ours is a really simple thing.
It's not, guy. I don't know what to tell you.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. I don't get it. I don't get the teams. I don't understand it. But like maybe there's more to it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't even know what to say because I don't understand at all how this is going to work. I'm so confused by it. But I guess we'll find out. I guess opening night. But I'm completely lost on it.
No, we don't have to wait long for that. But the only thing that really confuses me with this whole thing, actually, it's not really confusing. This is more of just like my observation of it. But the only thing missing from this, like happening with the TGL, is if the Saudis bought TGL or they started TGL, this would be like so blown out of proportion. Like the things that these guys are doing compared to what LIV did.
Oh yeah.
The only difference is that the Saudis were involved with the other one and not this one. That's the only difference.
What if the Saudis bought a team? How funny would that be?
The other thing too, though, Joe, like the Saudis did it as like a competitor league for the PGA. Like this is just like a Monday night, keep people fresh in the golf in the wintertime.
Agreed.
You're not going against anybody. It's just kind of a, I don't know. It's probably, I really don't know.
I was just going to say, like, I agree with you there. And the thing that bothered me was like when Rory was asked about it, like, what's the difference between TGL and LIV? If he just would have said that, I would have been like, yeah, that makes total sense. They're on the off season on Monday nights. It's not like it's weekends that they're competing against each other. But he has to go into this bullshit story about LIV, how like they're in no man's land or something. And it just like, if he just would have said that, I would have been like, yeah, that makes sense to me. But he couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, made no sense. They rolled out a couple of more, I guess, features for the league. I don't know what you call them. But there is going to be a ref, and they are going to have a 40-second shot clock.
I like that, actually.
But again, depends on how this ends up. Like, you get a 1-stroke penalty if you expire your clock. So, but like, I still don't understand. Like, are you not just hitting into a screen? Like, what's the big holdup? Like, why can you not just rapid fire this shit? 40 seconds and a ref. Like, I don't get it. Decent money. The winning team for the season is going to get $9 million to split. So it's about 2.2 mil a guy, which is hilarious when they are being compared against LIV, where it's, I think, what did Gooch get? 16.
I just don't think anything about this should be compared to LIV, except for
I agree
the fact that there are teams. I don't think it has any correlation between any. I mean, it's a totally new, innovative way to feature golf. I think is the biggest thing about it. It obviously, because there's teams and because LIV has gone the way it has, and there's such a rivalry that people are comparing it. But I mean, to me, there's no comparison at all between the two. I don't even think that, like, this doesn't even, like, yeah, it's golf, but it's just golf for a guy who's not going to sit around and watch an entire tournament, 72 holes. It's for people who just want to, like, see what these guys can do at the sport. And, like, that's what I think anyways. Or, like, if you want to go out somewhere, like, go to a game and you want to just watch everybody. Like, I think it's more of just an entertainment thing than it is anything else. What?
No, I'm with you, Reggie. And I think that that's the angle that they should be going with. I mean, we say it all the time on here. We can blame Rory because that's who we hear talking, but like, it's the media asking them questions.
Who's asking those questions? Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I guess
fuck off and let it unfold. honestly.
Given the information of what we've got for how this is gonna like unfold and they play after the first season, do you think it'll be a success or it won't catch on?
Well, I mean, for me personally, I said this when LIV started as well. When LIV kind of got going and everybody was shitting on them, like nothing really happens overnight, right? Like it takes time for things to develop. It takes time for fans to really understand what's going on. Like if I were to guess, I would say that it probably will have a hot start. People will kind of lose interest, and then they'll have to make adjustments after the first year. And then from there, you can kind of see what direction they're going. And I think that will be a better indication of kind of like the longer term success of this. Jesus.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's brand new, so you don't really know what to expect. As the players, as the fans, as the owners of the whole thing, you don't really know what to expect. And there obviously will be some growing pains. Like it's not just going to come out of the gate flawless.
Yeah.
Like everything else. But I think it'll be really cool. I think it's just a new way to watch it. Like it's even like just another way to watch like and a way to get the personalities out in golf. Like because they're going to be mic'd up, probably they're going to be on there. They're going to be kind of not dicking around, but like I don't know. I think it'll be really cool for the sport, much like that Netflix documentary. Like I think it's going to give an insight to a lot of these golfers and the kind of shit that they can actually do. I think I'm excited for it, but it's awesome because you don't have to give away a whole weekend to watch it. It's just a Monday night. Flip it on. Like I don't know.
I'm kind of in the middle. Like I don't. If it was like if I had to give a percentage, if I thought it was going to be successful, I would still say about 70% successful. There's enough big names and enough money involved in it that they're gonna have to figure it out somehow. And what have we always said about the PGA Tour? They got to start trying shit. They got to figure something out. This is a pretty good first step, I think.
Yep. I agree.
And again, we'll definitely kind of have we might have a different answer in 2 months when we actually see what the hell's going on here.
True.
I'm gonna try to talk here, but Hank's going absolutely bonkers in the background. He's just got home and I haven't fed him yet, so I'll try to get through it here. I also think in today's day and age, I mean, we've talked about it on here. Everybody's attention span these days is just so short too that it's tough to get really someone's brain into it for the entire 72 holes. Like it's one thing for us if we're watching majors, we watch the whole thing, but holy Christ. To get somebody's attention, it'd be just like a hockey game. That's kind of what it's going to be like. Any other sporting event, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree. I think that this will be a nice addition to the PGA. I don't honestly don't like, as much as I love getting to know the players better, I don't love when a player is in contention on a Sunday and is doing a mic'd up interview walking down the fairway. Like I just don't think that's part of golf, and I don't think it should stick.
No.
But then you have things like this. And another element of this is like last night or the night before, I watched a 50-minute YouTube video with Adam Scott. I forget what the girl's name who did like the interview with him, but it was just kind of like a
golfing.
They played like 4 holes. It was kind of like a golf / sitting at the clubhouse after interview, kind of mixed in and out of it.
Is that Haley Ledbetter?
No, I forget her name. She was a British girl.
Oh, okay.
But it was really good. And I've never seen really, Adam Scott is a really private guy. Always has been. He's never really been out in the media too much. He's never really stepped out of line. And so you don't really know what these guys are like because they don't, and I get that for sure. But now we have things like TGL. Now we have things like YouTube, like independent media reaching out to these people or these players to do stuff like this. I think that it's only going to Netflix. Yeah. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I think like LIV is, well, it's not even LIV so much as it is Sky Sports. Sky Sports does a lot of really cool features like that with their European players.
That's who it was.
With
Was she
all
from
their
Sky
sports.
Sports?
Could have been. It seemed like she had her own channel though, so it definitely wasn't like a Sky Sports
YouTube page.
documentary. It was like her own channel, so maybe she has
Yeah,
her
pretty
independent
cool.
too.
Yeah, Sky Sports is the absolute best. Like blows
Oh, not even
ESPN out of
close.
the water.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm falling behind a little here in the chat. Dusty's in the chat tonight. He said he's enjoying the fall series events, seeing guys like Eric Van Rooyen making eagle to win and going from the bubble to gaining 2 years of status. That is the kind of stuff. And I mean, even when we had Monday Q on here, that's the kind of stuff that he was talking about that he loves, that we love. Those are the stories I think that the life-changing ones. So it's good to see stuff like that. I didn't watch too much golf on the weekend, but I did see Twitter was buzzing about it. Apparently, one of his good buddies is pretty sick with cancer right now too, and he dedicated that one to him. So it's good to see. Ches also
I was
asked,
actually watching down the stretch, man.
Were you?
Camilo was there.
Yes, I did see Camilo.
Camilo was right there,
Oh,
and Cooch.
was he?
And
Yeah.
Camilo just lost. Him and his wife just lost their daughter or son. It was a child, decently
Right.
recently too.
Yeah. He oh man, he's sick. He had like a white shirt on, white belt, and white pants, and then black, red, and white Air Jordans. He just looked like he always just had the best style, and I love
Yeah.
Camilo.
Just styling.
I was just gonna say that he always, if there's one thing about him, he always had the best style. He was a Cobra guy, I think, back when we were kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like the first Cobra guy.
Yeah.
And he
That
did.
Van Rooyen came back.
And then was it him who was all the way down reading putts like that too?
Yeah.
Like
No.
yeah.
Was it?
Spider-Man? Spider-Man reads?
Yeah, it was BJ.
Yeah, it was Vajegas. Yeah.
Yeah, always. He was my favorite player growing up. It was sick to see him in contention.
Remember?
Yeah. I would love
remember
to
Ty
see like
Tyron?
who?
Ty Tyron, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. I forgot about him.
That was your boy for a while.
Reggie?
No, you.
Was
I
he?
think you had a Hotmail account as
Yeah, I think so too.
I completely forgot about him.
That's
That was probably Camilo's time, man. Like,
Yeah, it was.
yeah, it would have been like right around. Yeah.
Camilo's been fucking grinding, man. It's good to see him. Like, it just shows you how good golfers are in the world. Like, Camilo's been completely off the scene for like so long, and all of a sudden he just fires at 9 under on the weekend. And it's like, like how good are you to be missing an action from the tour for so long, and then just come back and fire at 9 under? Like, okay, right on.
There's a YouTube video here. 12 minutes. What happened to Ty Tyron? I'll be watching that later tonight. He had good style too. Not so much.
I don't even know if I'd recognize him if I ever saw him.
No, he could
bring him
walk
up
in
here
behind me and I wouldn't know.
Give me 1 sec here. I'll show a picture of him. This is who I remember him as. Drums, you want to get fired up for the
We froze.
What happened? Oh, I thought it was me.
I think we froze.
Yeah.
We freeze? George's gone? No, it's not you. Anyways, he's probably trying to look up too much stuff there. It's all good.
I don't know where he was headed. Seems as we probably will see Tiger at the father-son. The way
Yeah, it
things
seems,
are leading up to. So that
hopefully
that'll definitely be exciting. I guess that's early December, that tournament. How about him saying like I literally have no pain in my ankle. It's just everywhere else.
Yeah, it's just everywhere else who's trying to recover, which is sick.
The
That's a good.
The overcompensation, yeah.
I get that, man. When my foot was screwed, my knee got really sore from overcompensating for it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So that's good though. That means there's nothing. It's just soreness that he has to get rid of.
And I mean, he's got enough enough time and money to get shit fixed.
And
I mean, check out what do you call him in football?
Aaron Rodgers doing
blows out his Achilles.
insane things.
A month later, he's back.
Like but he won't play for a little while. But still, it's nuts how fast
He's going to play this year. He's going to play this year. Which
for sure.
Which is fucking crazy.
Couldn't happen ever before. It doesn't even really make any sense, actually.
No.
But that's kind of where, honestly, I've been getting some laser treatment on my foot, and it's like, I think I talked about it last week maybe, but it's like, it's almost back. It's close. It's getting closer. And
if you did, I completely missed this.
No, I don't know. Maybe I didn't talk about it then. I've been going like 3 or 4 times a week.
What do we got?
Jesus Christ.
What's going on here?
Oh my God.
It's so loud.
Wow. Yeah, the power went out here. Oh my God.
What the fuck?
Okay, that was the highlight of the year for sure.
You don't want breakfast?
Just hear shuffling.
I gotta get a screenshot of that one.
That's funny.
That was unbelievable.
Oh,
okay.
God,
anyways, here's Tyron.
Oh Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that was good.
He had a mop, eh?
Yeah. Like I tried blowing that picture up with his no hat on. He looks kind of weird with a visor, but that's the one without a hat on. That's how I remember Tyron.
What the hell happened to you there?
Power went out.
Oh. Well, that was a quick comeback on then.
No, I thought it was toast.
Oh.
Because the Wi-Fi had to restart, and it was blinking red, which usually isn't a good thing. Anyways, what did I miss here, boys? Sorry about
that. Not much. Reggie was telling us about he's doing treatment on his foot.
Oh.
Like laser treatment. It's actually pretty good.
Like, what does it do? They just shoot a laser at your foot?
Well, first you put on like an infrared, strap it on, and it stays on there for like 10 minutes, and then twice. And then I guess it brings like all the blood there. So I don't know. It's nuts. And then there's a laser that comes in. Basically, you both have to put on shades, and she fires a laser into my foot for probably 5 to 10 minutes. And
that's so crazy.
It apparently brings all the blood to your foot and heals. I don't know. It's working pretty good. I've kind of it's gone backwards a couple times because it's healing it. Like it's like taking it right back down to where it was so it can heal it the right way. So it's tough. I've been a little hard on it a couple times, but it's overall, I would say this is the closest that I've been to actually being back to full strength. Ever.
He's back.
Not right now. I'm not there yet, but it'll take a little longer.
Well, we got lots of time till next season.
What we were talking about drums, or what East that we're talking about, is just that's probably kind of the way things are trending. I've been going to Easton's cousin who's a naturopath, and she's the one that has this laser. And like he said, probably in the future, if you have an ailment, they'll be able to do stuff like that and basically heal you. And she said, if someone had the injury that I had 100 years ago, they would basically still have to go to work every day. You'd have to go to work every day on the farm, and then eventually it would just, it would get to the point where you just couldn't do anything. You'd just be dead.
Yeah,
really.
That's true.
Yeah.
So,
but there will be people that will restrict what we can and cannot do.
Oh, 100%.
In terms of they need to make money.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's been people for 100 years.
And people need to die as well.
Well, yeah.
No.
I know a lot of people that need to die.
People have to die. Be overpopulated as hell if it nobody
Oh,
died.
do you know how much Earth there is, man? Don't buy that
We'll see.
overpopulation bullshit.
We don't need to get into this.
Don't.
I've started
get
watching
The
some
laser
crazy
treatments are
shit
going
on
good.
Antarctica. Whoo-wee.
We don't need to get into this. I'm sorry to bring this up. Let's get back
Okay,
to golf.
one thing
I'm
I will
sorry,
say though, and this is from the head of innovation at Google, so he knows a thing or two about what's going on in the world. And he said that if you survive the next, well, this was a year ago. He said 5 years, so we're at 4 years now. If you survive the next 4 years, you'll live as long as you want.
Are you talking your brain or your body?
Well, I mean, it's not like you'll just keep getting older and older. Like I'm assuming within, if he's on to something, I mean, this is just his words, not mine. But like you'll actually be, you won't just keep aging and aging and aging. You'll be like kind of young. You know, they'll have enough.
Forever.
Yeah, as long as you want to. I mean, I don't think I'm crazy about that concept itself.
We were talking about this weekend. If you could know the date you were going to go, would you want to know it?
No.
No, me either.
Yeah, I would.
No, creep up on me.
Yeah.
I would. I'd like to know.
Because then
Live every day
if I
like
knew, I would just be sitting in anxiety, shaking until that happens.
Oh, if I knew, I'd go absolutely ham until the day I died. I'd have
You should
every.
do that anyway.
I'd have my budget down to the last day I die. How much I could spend every day.
Do that anyways, because you could die tomorrow.
Oh, hey, come on. Knock on wood.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, moving on. Anyways, as what I was saying before the power went out here briefly was drums. Do you want to fire up the Around the Green segment for tonight?
Betcha. So I got a few here. First one I got on the docket here is Oliver. I torture last names, but we'll see how I make out. Betchart, I believe. So Oliver Betchart is a 15-year-old local prodigy who will be playing in the PGA, upcoming PGA event this week, the Bermuda Championship. 15 years
local?
old. Wherever the heck this tournament is, he's from there. Sorry.
Oh, I thought you meant like Brandon.
No, sorry.
Is he the 7-year-old that got the hole in one there?
What's that?
Is he the guy that when he was 7 he got a hole in one at that course?
I think so, yes.
I saw something on Twitter about that. Yeah, that has to be because there's not two 15-year-olds playing this weekend. So
Right, yeah. So he is not the youngest golfer to ever play on the PGA Tour, but he is the youngest in about 12 years. Don't know if that actually means anything, but it was kind of everything that I could get on a 15-year-old kid just coming up out of nowhere. And then I came...
Like, what? Like, that's disgusting,
Nuts,
man.
right?
He's in grade 10.
Grade 10, went through the qualifying rounds, made it. I don't think it was a Monday queue, though. I think it was some other kind of qualifications. Maybe he had to win a couple local tournaments and then got in. I seen this. It was a Reddit thread that was going around on Twitter, so I clicked on it. And it was titled, Played golf on mushrooms and had the best round of my life. So this guy, he's about a 15 handicap, 16 handicap, he says. He has dabbled in the past, taking very small doses of mushrooms when he goes out to play. The first 2 times he did it, he took quite small doses, nothing affected. And then he says, tried it again yesterday, perfect weather. I ate 1 gram, ended up shooting 78 with 3 birdies. One of the birdies was a 90-foot putt, which is the longest putt I've ever made in my entire life. Nothing psychedelic happened, but was really feeling myself out there. So that might have to go in the tip jar. I think we just need to start crushing mushrooms when we head out.
I mean, I saw that. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a couple guys. I don't know if they're on tour, but I've seen things that like there's players. I think on tour or on the Corn Ferry or somewhere that are microdosing mushrooms to get over their anxiety.
So that
which is
led
like
to a Golf Digest article, which talks about some guys that are starting to
so I wasn't.
experiment with it.
was-
Yes. So the article, if you do want to check it out, it is good. Why serious players are doing psychedelics like mushrooms and ayahuasca. So they're trying everything here, boys. I'm not mad at it. I like it. I think this will help showcase the benefits of these type of treatments.
It's interesting. I know a couple guys who
Cool.
try it out on the course once in a while. Don't know if it's I don't know. I've never tried it myself, so I just feel like from experience or from hearsay, I guess I should say. I'm thinking if you start with a couple birdies, get the confidence up, you get some good vibes. That might help. I feel like if you go double off the start, might go the other way. But I don't know. I really don't know. I would like to try though.
I've tried caps, like mushroom capsules, so the microdosing. I haven't maybe tried it correctly where like I am legitimately microdosing. It's just somebody's had some pills and I've taken a couple. They're good. Like I have like a good experience, a good high, whatever it is on them. It's just something I haven't really gone out and pursued it as like the microdosing factor of it. Which everything I've read, everything I've seen, there are a ton of benefits from that stuff.
Hey, I've never done mushrooms, but I've never heard a bad thing about them either.
Right?
Ever. So.
Well, I mean, they're mushrooms, so they like if you do a deep dive into mushrooms and what they do for not just like the psychedelic aspect of it, but like the
neurological, like everything about your body.
Everything.
Benefits from mushrooms, mushroom extracts.
My coworker said that he watched a docu-series on Netflix.
On Netflix?
Fantastic Fungi?
Yes.
I heard it's really good.
We take chaga for immune system. It seems to work really well.
And people say you're supposed to take that over coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Chaga?
Better for you. A couple other things around the horn here super expensive.
Well, I mean, it's same as any supplements. They're all expensive. Everything's expensive.
That's very true. LIV announced some upcoming changes for the next season, including player transfer window, a free agency, and relegations. So the top 24 players that finish every year are. This is weird. There's a lot to explain here, so I'm going to try my best. So the top 24 players are in a section, 24 to 44 are in another section, and then everybody after that, 45 and below, are in another section. So the top tier, they're good. They've earned their spot on each of their teams for the next year, no matter what their contract status is. So if they're on an expiring
how do they determine that? That's based off last season results?
Yes. So the end of the season, that's your standings and on point totals. If you're on an expiring contract, you get a contract offer from your team, but you can opt out of it and pursue another team. But you automatically get a guaranteed contract. The next tier of guys, they're essentially free agents. So they're going to be on a team. They're just open to any team that can pick them and work out a contract. And then everybody below that is essentially relegated to, I think it's 3 tournaments, qualifying tournaments, basically, that allow you to get into LIV. And then I'm not sure how you get to a team from there, if their order basically drafts from there or what. But a few things that I actually quite like with this. And then, of course, there is trade windows that are open after the season ends. They haven't given date parameters that the window's open for, but trades are now a go in the LIV. which could be interesting. I don't know that we'll see many trades ever, though.
There was some drama on a couple teams this year, was there not, with LIV guys?
Wasn't the Wolfman getting shit on?
Wolf, yeah.
Wolfie's out, I'm thinking. Yeah.
Wolfie won't be playing with Brooksy next year.
No, I think Brooksy tried gassing him, and they wouldn't let him. So I think he was quite mad.
That's what brought upon these rules.
Yeah. And then the last thing I had on my list was a movie rec, new one on Netflix. Actually, it's a couple weeks old, but it is one of my favorite comedians, Bill Burr. His directorial debut movie called Old Dogs. Basically, it's about him coming into being a parent at an old age and just trying to interact with old school versus the new school of life, and him interacting with teachers and shit like that. It was very, very like looking in a mirror. Liz said I should learn a lot from this movie. The anger issues that he has are quite reflective of my own, and honestly terrify me for what I'm going to encounter with kids.
Are you Bill Burr?
And schooling, like teachers and shit. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, I'm the same drums. On the Netflix topic, have you guys watched Afterlife with Ricky Gervais?
No, I didn't. I watched maybe like 3 episodes.
It is good.
Yeah.
Like that. So before you watch it, for anybody who hasn't watched the 10-minute clip of him roasting Tom Hanks and all the other weirdos in Hollywood, watch that clip first, because that is the best 10 minutes in television history by a long shot. But then watch this, because he plays the exact same kind of character in Afterlife. It's a little bit dark at times because his wife
Super
passed
dark.
of cancer, I believe it was. But the laughs far outweigh the darkness of it, and it actually gives you a really good perspective on life and how it is to lose somebody you love at that point in your life. So I've really enjoyed it. We're on season 3 now, like this week pretty much. There's only 3 seasons. It's really short, but it is funny. Like the character, because he was the guy who did the UK Office, right?
He's out of the Office, yeah.
It really reminds me of that. Like they kind of have an office setting. He works in a newspaper there. The characters that are involved, they're just like perfect, just like The Office was.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was Michael Scott in the UK version, right?
Yes, not Michael Scott, but
it's the same kind of humor, just like absolute cutthroat
Mm-hmm.
humor. There's some dark spots, but if you need something to watch this winter, I highly recommend it. And like I said, be prepared for a couple like sadder moments and kind of like dark and depressing almost, but the laughs and the it's good feelings, and it far outweighs the dark of it. And you know what? That's life. That's kind of like a good representation of life as well. So I recommend that show. I don't recommend many shows, but
he's unreal. He doesn't make a bad TV show. He's a little hit and miss on movies, but his TV shows are always unreal. The Office, Extras, Derek, all his shows are fucking funny.
Predators is really good on Netflix too.
Who?
Predators, it's called.
Never seen.
It's just like it follows 5 different major predators in the world, and how like
sexual predators,
the way they hunt. No, like they're like lions, cheetahs, pumas, polar bears.
Okay, I like it.
And one more. It's like unbelievable, man. It is like how far they've come with those. Like it is like Planet Earth on steroids.
Times 10.
Oh, I love Planet Earth. That was my favorite show.
I still remember when Blu-rays first came out. That was the first thing you got. How good that was.
You know that the show with the 2 guys. I'm just trying to think of who's the guy that narrates it. The 2 guys that are both CIA agents, and they're dating the same girl, but they're both undercover.
Oh yeah, it's a movie though, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know which one you're talking about.
It's like the British guy from there.
Yeah, it's got Chris Pine, Renee Zellweger.
Yeah, Chris Pine, but it's the other guy.
And that's
not Tom Hardy.
Yeah, it is Tom Hardy.
Yeah. Yes.
Tom Hardy's the guy that
And Tom Hardy and Chris
narrates.
Pine.
Yeah.
And who's the girl? Is it Renee Zellweger?
Is it
No,
Reese
not Renee
Witherspoon?
Zellweger. Reese Witherspoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy is legit. He's legit.
Tom Hardy's the narrator in this documentary.
Oh, really? That's
And
cool.
it's like they have like drones and stuff. Like it's just totally different than what they did before.
It's crazy
And it's
the
not-
footage they had.
It's like you guys can watch it, but like it's like they're telling the story of like the whole surrounding area. They're not just going from like animal to animal, like documenting what they do. Like they actually like tie everything into how every bit of weather and every bit of this stuff happening affects the other. It's unreal, actually.
That's cool. I'll be
Yeah.
watching that.
Yeah.
Ches, what's mud water? What are you talking about? Did I miss
It's
something?
like
there?
Mudwater's,
coffee.
yeah.
Oh, mushroom coffee.
Yeah. Mushroom extract, lion's mane, all that
Oh, yeah.
stoof.
That stuff's expensive.
That's super expensive. And it
That's
looks
what
like
I
a
was-
nightmare to make.
Yeah, that's what I was ordering when I had a member. I accidentally signed up for a membership, like a subscription. And so like every 2 or 3 every month, I think they drop off a box. So I ordered like 2 bags of coffee and then another one, and then a couple like chaga coffees, like instant coffee. And I must have clicked subscribe or something. So they send me this box like every month, and it was $130. I was getting like 3 or 4 bags of this fucking mushroom coffee. And I was like, are they sending me these for free or what's going on here? Then I checked my credit card
charged.
statement and no, $130 a month.
It's
Oh.
funny that like before George, we were talking about chaga and the pills, and I said they're expensive, and it's like they're like $42 for like 70 capsules, and I just go to the vendor and just pick up a 2-4 for
Yeah, no doubt.
$58, and I don't even bat an eye. Like it
No doubt.
lasts like one night. Those things last
shit-
like 70 days, and I'm like, oh, those are expensive. Oh yeah, one kills me and one saves me, and I'm
Yeah.
just
One
don't
to
even
extend
bat
your
an
life.
eye. I'm like, oh, they took $6 off on a 2-4. Nice.
Your cough could use some
Oh,
chaga for sure.
God, it's absolutely insane, man.
Okay, let's do fix your divots. This is a good one. I don't know. Have we ever done this one, Reggie, or have we just talked about it before? This hasn't been an official fix your divots, has it?
I think we've done it, but we can do it again.
I don't know. It's worth reminding anyways. So fix your divots segment is pet peeves for the golf course. Anybody watching this live knows this, but anybody listening or watching later, it's a segment where we talk about things that drive us crazy on the golf course. And typically listeners, people on Instagram send in things that they've picked up during their shake your phones during their rounds. So anyways, it's called Fix Your Divots, Prairie Golf Tour, Prairie Scratch Tour. Prairie Golf Company, I'm done with them. They
You
always
took over this ad read. I never said Prairie Golf.
I
Once.
say it every time. Shout out to Prairie Golf Co. too, Jay and Lunar, good guys. But this is brought to you by Prairie Scratch Tour, right, Reggie?
Yep.
Reggie's making his debut next year, 100%. He's going to have a fully healed ankle. They play some really nice courses, actually. Like they play the fly-in course. They play Breezy Bend. Pretty much the top course is kind of in the city area. I kind of wish they would. What's that? Selkirk. I kind of wish they would make their way west a little bit, play some Westman courses, but maybe that's in the future. They're just kind of getting going, a couple years old. Prairie Scratch Tour. It's where all the competitive golfers in Manitoba and surrounding area play. So big shout out to them. They're doing some great things for the game of golf in Manitoba, as lots are. But it's nice to have a competitive tour where these guys can all show up in traditional fashion, stroke play events, and kind of carry on throughout the season. So shout out to Prairie Scratch Tour and Prairie Golf Co. And fix your divots tonight. What do we got?
Tonight's comes from a very special listener, our very own Regan Headley. And his fixture divot is rental carts that don't have ball washers. And I will add on, or do not have water.
So dry.
Dry ball washers. There's nothing worse. You just blowing dust when you try to wash your ball. I gotta say, I'm not as big on this one as we are on some of the other ones that come across my desk here. I'm not with you, Reg.
Oh, Reggie, take the reins.
No, what's your reasoning?
I guess I'm not. This is more just showing how goofy I am. I very rarely wash my ball. I guess that's probably because I gotta get a new one every other hole, so they're not
Not for
typically
ball,
dirty.
not for a ball washer. I don't give a shit about being able to wash your ball.
Oh, you just mean clubs. Gotcha. Okay, I'm back on.
Yeah, I don't. I actually I throw my ball in the club washer hole every now and then and give it a little rinse, but I'm not too picky about that either. It's the clubs for me. If I'm paying $120 or plus, even I'm gonna say 80 plus to golf, throw a fucking club washer on the cart. Like really.
Fair enough.
Like honestly, you play a suit like we played Crowbush Cove and there's no club washers, and you're like, what? How does that even make sense?
At the higher end courses, I'm with you 100%. That makes absolutely no sense.
How does that it makes no sense at all? None.
I think any course though, like what are they? $60 each? Like that's one cart, one round.
Yeah, I know. I guess what some of them argue is that like they have 130 carts in their fleet plus, and then you got to put one on every one. So it costs you like 13 grand for that. But how much money are you making?
Well, and that's their argument there is that they're not gaining anything from it, right? Like there's no additional
except customer service
revenue coming in. I know, but people, it's not like somebody's not going to rent a cart because there's no club washer on it. I think that's the issue.
And maybe I think part of this has to do with like playing at Gilbert, and they've always had it. So maybe I've always been spoiled having it there.
Yeah, you're a spoiled
But if
brat.
I go somewhere else, I just feel like if you're paying $100 for a green fee, like they can have a club washer on the cart.
Fair enough.
Are you taking a club washer or a cooler?
Club washer every time.
Priorities.
Yep, priorities.
I bring my own cooler.
So
Touché.
they also have, I believe there's a bunch of different devices now. You bring your own cooler. Yikes. I believe there's a bunch of good devices now that you can basically just like clip onto your bag, and it has water in it and a brush, and you just kind of like dampen it. I think it's called the Frogger, maybe.
I have a Frogger, but mine doesn't have water.
Oh,
so I gotta use my own saliva. Version. It was a lot easier to do that when I used to chew. It had a lot more saliva going, but I don't have that going that much anymore. So
okay, Ches said, "Please tell me you don't lick your balls, gents."
Well, not mine.
One thing I want to mention on this, and I don't know if we might have talked about this before on here. I don't know. Too many golf conversations, too many podcasts. But have you guys heard like the people who chew on teas or like put teas in their mouth are getting cancer or something because of it, because of all the chemicals that are in the like the fertilizers and shit that are in the grass?
I've never heard of this, but it doesn't shock me.
I feel like you'd have to be chewing on a lot of teas though to get cancer from it, but it makes sense.
I'm going to be seriously pissed if I chewed for 20 years and then get cancer from a fucking golf tee.
When did you hear this, Jar?
Like a month ago?
Oh, if you heard about this more than a year ago, I would have actually shut my laptop and drove to Rossburn and gave you a stunner. I have a tea in my mouth like 95% of the round.
Oh.
I'm dead. Okay, well, it's good.
It's probably what your cough's all about.
Yeah, from chewing on golf tees. I'm dead. Another tie into what Ches is saying right now. Please tell me you don't lick your balls. I'm guilty of it. I spit on the green and then clean my ball on the green. That's a 2-stroke penalty in a tournament.
What?
Spitting on the green? Should be.
As it should be. I spit on the ball, though, and then rub it.
I would spit on the green and then rub my ball on the green.
Putting sunflower seed or spitting sunflower seeds on the green should be a
lifetime disqualification from tournaments
and the death penalty.
No, it should be a public hanging.
Yeah.
You should get cut by the greens mower if you should be cut by the greens mower until there's nothing left if you spits on the green.
Jesus. We can thank Bridge for tonight's off the rails here. She started it.
I don't know if we're off the rails. I'd like to personally slaughter every person that's ever spit a sunflower seed on the green.
We got to get a replay of Bridge coming down here.
Yeah, we'll get it next week.
She looked like the Cookie Monster almost. Like she had a whole like a blue house coat, a onesie.
Yeah, and just you could hear her coming for 6 minutes.
And she had like
that same one.
On. What's that?
I bought Easton that same one.
Like a onesie?
Oh, it's like a blanket with arms.
Yeah.
And a hood.
You ever put one of them masks on?
No.
Feel amazing.
I know. Easton said I gotta start doing skincare routines because I'm getting old looking.
Yeah, I'm getting some wrinkles too. But you're like Lewis Litt or whatever. Yeah, Lewis Litt drums in the mud baths.
I've only done it twice, but it's like useless with a beard.
Yeah.
So I'm okay then.
Yeah, you can get on them.
I got smile wrinkles though from smiling too much.
Oh man,
stop smiling.
Not a bad thing.
Okay, we gotta get into the strokes here, but I got absolutely shredded last week. I got like 10 screenshots sent to me that I was wearing that Bulls toque, like I was cold in the house.
Okay, I'll be on your side. That hat looks actually sick, and who cares where you're wearing it?
Yeah, thank you. I just got back from work. It was cold. I was cold, and there's no heat in this room, so I thought, hey, I'm comfy. I'll wear this. Like people were screenshotting me like all like I honestly probably got
cold, bud.
Yeah. Shiro just did it without any context. So I started chirping back and he thought I was being serious.
It was kind of funny though, because the edit of Drums' Fix Your Divots last week.
That's where it all was.
Yeah, he had a really long pause before he said something.
Yeah.
His next line. And I put the camera on you for it, and
I saw that. That's what it was. That's what the screenshot I got was. Because you posted. You've never posted anything in podcast history. And then I'm wearing a Bulls toque and a vest in the corner looking like a fucking idiot. And I just got absolutely bombarded with screenshots of it.
I forget even what the clip was about.
It was about the cart girls.
Beer cards.
Oh, right.
It's going to be a tough edit of tonight's Fix Your Divots because you guys really went back and forth there for a while.
You said Prairie Golf goes 6 times, so you could probably just edit the whole thing out if you want. Anyways.
Okay, let's move on, Reggie. I shortened up your thing for tonight a little bit. It's more one-liners. One-line sentences, but it's a good one. So for anybody who is tuning in for the first time or didn't tune in to last week's episode, we have a revised edition, special edition, some might say, of Reggie's Stroke Saver. So for the first, say, 120 episodes, Reggie kind of gave a tip that he learned on the golf course through experience or reading something. And so this new segment is kind of like that on steroids. So these are from books. These are from his experience, Golf Digest magazines, and TV, maybe YouTube. Who knows? Anyways, so Reggie, what do we got tonight?
I'm gonna give her a shot here. I might have to pause a couple times. Tonight's is called Par for the Course. Par is an illusionary box that golfers create for themselves. They would do well to think outside of it. Less than 1% of all golfers have completed a round of golf in par or better. That makes it a rather unrealistic target for most golfers, 99% to be exact. Measuring yourself against the par on the scorecard is a setup for failure for the average golfer. Another problem with the scorecard is that it's printed on a card and most of the time displayed on signs. The scorecard doesn't change based on the conditions. Would you expect to shoot the same score at your home course on a cold, rainy, windy day as on a sunny, calm day? Unlikely. Or if they rolled the green and grew out the rough for an upcoming tournament? Also no. So why measure your score against the same number in widely different conditions? Before each round, analyze the conditions for that particular day. Set your own par for the course based on your handicap and the current conditions. And this is a script from ZEN Golf by Dr. Joseph Parent.
Job, Reggie. What do you guys think of that? This is a concept that I've never really thought about. It's never really come up in all my years of golf. The fact that I mean, you definitely need a standardized par for the course. But I do believe after even hearing that, like people put far too much emphasis on trying to make pars, not only on the course, but like every hole. And so the deeper dive into this kind of talks about like going through the scorecard. I know nobody's going to do this who's listening, so I didn't bother putting it in there. But like, say you're a 10 handicap and it's cold that day, so that adds maybe 3 or 4 strokes. Then you go hole by hole and add like if it's a par 4, longer par 4, turn that to a 5, right? And it kind of goes in line with the whole manage your expectations, Lou Stagner kind of stuff. And I don't know. What do you guys think of that, the logic there?
I think that it's definitely a logic for like, I would say between like 8 and 25 handicaps.
It's mid to high handicaps who is targeted for.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. And it could be, it could cut out some serious strokes in terms of, like you said, if you do set the par, say like, let's say 11 at Gilbert or 2 at Gilbert, like if it's a cold, windy day, I mean, those are par 5s for a lot of golfers. And if you're not trying to make shots to make par, or if you're trying to make shots to make the par that you set, you're going to get a better result because you're not going to go for those stupid shots that you're going to try and make a triple. You're going to maybe make a double. Yeah, I mean, still a double's not great, but it doesn't take your round completely out. And if you make a 5, I mean, that's got to be a par on that day for a lot of people. If you're a 15 handicap, you're not expected to make a 4 there anyways, right?
Right.
It's kind of like limiting your doubles is what you're trying to do, right? Sometimes par's not a reality that day.
For sure.
Sure.
I was just gonna say, like, for me, it'd be more on like the mental comfortability. Like, remember Tiger growing up, he played a different par on the hole than what his dad played. So his dad would get 4 par, and Tiger's par was 6. They tied. So I do think it's
how it should be. I think
right. Like that's how you definitely should get into the game and learn the game and get comfortable with the game. But yeah, like definitely that should be like that's in my wheelhouse for handicap wise, right? And that's something that I've never even thought of other than like in the Tiger scenario where the kid has a different handicap. I think even just having it mentally in your head, maybe not necessarily going and saying, hey, this is a par 5 now. Just in your head, if it's a par 70, you knew, hey, that was a crazy wind. Let's throw 3 on there for my just overall feeling after the round. So it takes you 3 shots closer to where you want to be in a par sense. But good. It's something that I've never thought that I'm definitely going to need to be reminded of this come golf season again. We'll have to do like a recap somewhere. Maybe just have a listing of shit. Or I guess that's what the clips are for, right? We'll have hopefully have some of these clips available to look back on.
Yeah, I mean, First of all, for the clips, I want to do kind of in the spring sometime. We'll do a full episode on the stroke savers and kind of review some of our favorites, go through them all, and just be a refresher for the guys. But it's nice to just kind of let this marinate through the winter. I know a lot of people will forget it, but at the same time, for me, for this thing, it would even apply to me because even as like whatever handicap I am, single digit handicap, I put a lot of unnecessary pressure and anger in the game when it's not really, it shouldn't be expected to make par. I mean, the competitiveness of everybody wants to make par because that's what it says on the scorecard. But even in men's night, in tournaments, all this kind of stuff, like if you manage your expectations, you just set yourself up for a more enjoyable round. And I think at the end of the day, that's the main thing. You even if your scores don't dramatically improve, if you say, I'm a 10 handicap here, this should be maybe a par 5 for me, because I usually shoot 8 over par, and this is one of the harder holes. So if, say 5 is a par on this hole and I make a 5, then I'm not thinking about it for the next 3 holes. Or if I make a double and the par for me on that hole is 5, I'm not thinking about it for the next X amount of holes, because that's how things spiral, and that's how you get on bogey trains. That's how you have less enjoyable rounds, is just when you're down on yourself. So I think that setting your own par, setting your own expectations could make a big difference in terms of just the overall enjoyment of your round.
Here's what I was just thinking. This ties into this a little bit, and I don't need to drag it on. I think we're going over the same stuff, but as we're sitting here thinking about it, I was just thinking, like, if you're say a 12 handicap, that means you're going to shoot on a par 70, you're going to shoot 82. So if you take the 12 hardest holes on the course and you turn them into a 1 par more,
mm-hmm.
and then you, like, instead of setting it to try to shoot par or to try to break 80, just set it to try to
shoot
shoot that. And then if you're on the fence, you're like, oh, well, maybe this should be a par 4. Just make it a par 5. And then if you make a 4, that's a birdie. And then you're under your handicap right then. Then you might make a double one hole. But yeah, if you set it as 12 higher and you set the course par as 82, and then you make a few pars, and then next thing you know, you're 78 and you're 4 under on your course. And then
exactly
as you improve, readjust it. And the thing on this one was for the conditions, but I mean, this should be for pretty much every round you go out as well.
Yeah,
even just handicap based.
Yeah.
To throw into a bit of context here, approximately 1.85% of male golfers are scratch golfers or better. So the other 99.8% of us, or whatever it gave us, we're never going to regularly shoot the par. So, like, it's just crazy that that's what we're all striving for. It's like,
right.
It's like going and racing an F1 car and being pissed off that you didn't win the race.
That's exactly right, Drums. Legit. You're nowhere
that caliber. Yeah. Like, you shouldn't be on the track.
And even scratch golfers shoot par probably under par 1 of every 5 rounds, probably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not a common occurrence for a scratch golfer to shoot under par.
But every handicap, every level of golfer compares to that, to the par of the course, right? Which is completely irrelevant. It's just a number, that the best in the world shoot. But why would you ever compare yourself to that? That's what I mean. I'm not faulting anybody for it. That's just how it's always been. But thinking about going back to like Bryson when he was playing from the red tees to make more birdies, this feels like the exact same thing to me, because he shouldn't have been playing from the red tees. Shouldn't have been. And people shouldn't be saying that they made a birdie on a par 4 when they made a 4. But it doesn't matter. Like you're only playing against yourself really out there, and that's who you're talking back and forth with. And if that person's happy that you're talking to in your own head, then you're probably going to play more and you're probably going to enjoy it more. So who cares, what if you didn't make an actual birdie? That's kind of not the point here, right? And I think that it is a total mindset change, but I think it's worth thinking about anyways.
Yeah, it's insane to think, and as you sit here and reflect, it's also, you don't think about anything until you sit here and reflect.
Mm-hmm.
Like I played once a week this summer, and then I go out to men's night in Gilbert and shoot 73 with a double, and be mad about it.
At a broken foot, or not a broken foot,
That's
but
good.
a
Like that's still good golf. Like, but you want to shoot par so bad that feels like a failure. It's like,
yeah,
it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Something to think about.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So we'll have some more coming.
That was from ZEN Golf?
That was ZEN Golf, yeah. So, like I mentioned at the start here, these are from books, these are from tweets, these are from anything we can come across that mostly course management stuff. We're not going to come on here and start giving swing tips and shit like that. Course management, strategy, how to think better on the course. That's kind of what we're going for with this segment. And we're going to be digging for it. So if anybody out there listening to this, either live here in the chat or afterwards, if you come across anything this winter, if you're a reader, if you like reading golf books, and you see like a chapter or a page that really stands out to you, send us an email, take a picture of it, send us a DM on Instagram, and we'll translate it. We'll give you a nice shout out on the show. At the end of the day, we're just trying to, help people enjoy golf more, whether they get better or not. It's all about just enjoying being out there, being with people, and it comes full circle because you'll get more invitations to golf if you're enjoying it. So that's what it's all about. And that's what it's all about. Is that Barney?
I'm not sure anymore.
Okay, well, I think that's the end of it. Pretty decent timing again this week. We have another segment to get in here in the future, so we're gonna have to maybe cram a few in. But do we have a video of the week, Drums? I thought you had one.
Where?
You said it was on Twitter. You said you're putting it on the drive.
It's not entirely how it went, but so I dropped the ball there. My apologies.
Oh, that was a debate about something, right?
I got a video of the week. I got one video of the week.
Okay.
I sent it to you guys on Instagram, but I think it's probably one of the funniest videos that I've personally ever seen. And it's good. It's good for a good laugh for everybody watching.
Do you want me to bring it up on the screen, or are you just going to show it on your phone?
Yeah, you should probably bring it up on the screen. I did see this 17 times. Yeah.
Restart again. Guys all fired up. Takes off running.
Yeah, he's going to the
pool. Into the glass.
Did you guys also see
break the door? Unbelievable.
That there was a video and they were at a golf tournament and the guy was announcing the winning score.
Oh yeah. And
it was a scramble and they shot like 54 or something.
They had a hole in one insane. Across, like 48.
48. That's what it was. And then it pans to the guys, like the team, and they're just haggard, old, huge. Yeah.
48 they shot though.
48. They look like they can't walk.
Is that an old video? Because I thought I saw that a couple of years ago.
Right? It happened. I think it happened before.
Yeah.
It got brought back to life.
Okay, let's wrap things up here, boys.
Yeah. All right. I guess that's it.
Next week's 150. We doing anything?
Probably should, eh?
What?
Probably should.
We'll think on it.
Yeah,
we'll surprise people.
Send some recommendations of what you guys want to see for the 150. Any guests? Maybe we'll see what we can make happen. But that's it for 149. We're out of here. Next time will be 150.
Sorry. We also got the Domies coming up, Drums.
We got some time.
And no, but we the last couple of years we've waited last minute to get the polling stuff done. So I think we're going to probably do it in the next week or so, just because there's like certain level of brackets there. So keep an eye out for that. I'm sure everybody watching and listening will see it, but thought I'd give you a heads up. Do you guys have any new ideas for categories this year?
Not off the top of my head.
No. Not off the top of my head.
Think on it.
Cool.
Okay. Sorry,
all right. No, we're good. We're out of here for this week. Thanks, everybody. Peace out, boys. Love you. Later.
Love you, fellas.
See you, boys.